Greetings and salutations, game fans. Firecracker37 here. I'm just hanging out in my slightly modded Factorio world today. Since last episode, I've knocked out most of the red research. I did go ahead and make just a little simple science factory here to keep things going. I did a whole bunch of crafting, as you'll see here. We've got a couple hundred inserters and thousands of iron there, or 1,000 iron or better. I doubled the iron production there, and I cleared out a big old swath of trees so that we had some room to work. I see this little tiny bunch up here, and they're gonna irritate me if I just leave them sit there, so let's kill them. Who needs these trees? So I decided, instead of my normal recording method where I'm crafting everything while we're running along and stumbling through my words, what I was going to do today is just craft as much ahead of time as I possibly could, and we're going to start. So the first thing we're going to work on is our furnace columns. Right now I'm just going to kind of get the spacing for them set out. And I've made these furnace columns for a long time. I'm going to continue to make them for a long time. And since I want to make sure to differentiate between inputs and outputs. So these are inputs that are long, and then the outputs are short. Just so when I'm going to place my inserters, I don't get befuddled. Can't even talk right now. So what we're going to need is 5 columns of furnaces, because we're going to have iron, copper, stone, and then another iron that's going to turn into steel. And we're going to rocket through a lot of this. I don't think we're going to hook up every column today, but we are going to hook up the iron, the copper, and the stone bricks at the very least. So we're at 3 columns. Don't want to lose track here. Oops. So there's 4 columns, and this one will be our last furnace column that we're going to need right now. The nice thing about having everything crafted up in advance, except for probably belts, why don't we just work on crafting some of those in our inventory? Thank goodness we're not going for the lazy bastard achievement, because I have crafted literally thousands of things in my inventory this game, I would imagine. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 furnace columns that are started there. Now we've got our layout all figured out. As is generally the case, they're going to be 10 furnaces per side, 20 furnaces per resource. There's 4, 6, 8, 10. I have to say it was a good idea to craft all this stuff ahead of time. Not having the biters to worry about made a big difference, though. I really mainly just AFK'd and chatted with a friend of mine on Discord and cut down trees. Noticed I was done crafting and figured I should fire up the recording and get it done here. Another thing to talk about is what's going on with my channel. I've started a lot of series. I haven't finished a single one of them. I'm a brand new YouTuber. Like, I started in December of 2016, I believe. And at the time of recording, it's still December of 2016. So I have less than a month of experience. At the time of recording, I have 7 subscribers. I know 3 of them. So I've gotten 4 subscribers outside of my circle of friends. And I can't even get some of my friends to subscribe. So, but it's, I consider everything I'm doing right now to be practice, and if I start a Thousands new series without getting any real followers or exposure or anything, it's no big deal. So what we're going to be doing with the channel right now is we're going to be running one video at least every day through January. My hope is... I just want to leave ample extra room in case we need it for anything. And my hope is to have one video every day in January. So far, I have them scheduled through the 5th or the 6th. Something like that. And we're going to be doing 2 Minecraft series, I think. I have one that you guys have probably seen on the channel over the last few days called Sky Exchange. That one's really mainly just a practice and something to tide me over while I wait for the big one that I'm excited to do, which is the Sky Factory 3 for 1.10.2. It's a mod pack by Bacon Donut. If y'all are Minecraft fans, it's going to be amazing. I'm super excited to play it. And I think I'm going to do a series of that with my friend Pug. And I might also do a series on my own, because me and Pug can only record 1 day a week, and I know I'm going to want to play it more than that. And at the point I'm at now, I don't like to record unless... Or I don't like to play video games unless I'm going to either record them or stream them on Twitch. Like, this is... I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I have no other job that I have to worry about. So all I want to do is worry about building my business on YouTube and Twitch. Oh, look at that. We did not have nearly enough belts. So we're just going to craft every belt we can from our pocket. Like that. And we'll run over here and re-up our iron. And hopefully these belts will get us through. I don't have any coal. Looks like we need to refuel these guys up a bit here. We'll give you a full stack, you a half stack, and we'll just work on... There we go. Alright, look at that. We can already make almost 250 more belts, so we'll be good. So anyways, yeah, I don't like to play video games unless I'm streaming and recording them. I don't see much need, except for Skyrim. I've got to play some Skyrim by myself. I don't think you guys would enjoy watching my playthroughs of Skyrim. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments, and I'll start booting up Twitch. I don't think that they'd be good YouTube material. So a half hour in Skyrim is like nothing. And I don't want to be posting 2-hour videos. I don't want to render 2-hour videos. Unfortunately, the computer I play on is also the computer that has to do all the editing and all of the rendering and all that stuff, so... Alright, we're going to give this guy long inserters on the outside and then regular inserters on the inside. We need these belts to go 1 tile further. And I think I calculated everything correctly, so we shouldn't have to craft any inserters at the very least. Belt was really the only thing I was unsure of, and that's it. 1,000 belt sounds like a lot of belt, and then 3 minutes later, you're like, where did I use all that belt? Yeah, this is a pretty standard furnace column design. I think I got it from a Roomba. He got it from somebody else. Maybe JG Games, another YouTuber who plays Factorio. But don't quote me on that. I don't know for certain. There's lots of ways you could do it where you only need one belt through the middle, but I don't like to mix belts. You know, a little bit when we're crafting off of a bus, just because it's easier and you can only reach for 2 belts easily from an inserter, so. And I was about to say we're almost done, but I see I still have 130 inserters, and if I made exactly enough, that's still a long ways away. In fact, isn't that the only second column? Yeah, it's only the second column we've done. Watching my inventory was crafting earlier, and I got up to get a cup of coffee, and I came back and there was junk laying all around my player. So I ran out of inventory space and just started spitting everything on the ground. And that's no fun when you're someplace where there's belts nearby. Thankfully, I was just standing next to my iron mine and not really doing anything important. I thought about putting a larger inventory mod in this pack, but it feels like with Bob's mods, it doesn't feel so cheaty because there's so much more junk that you need in Bob's mods. But in Vanilla Factorio, like, yeah, we're probably about 2 hours into the world, and all but 25 minutes of that has been me standing there doing nothing. And we will have all the technology and stuff to do green science. If not during this episode, during the next episode. And I keep getting distracted. Yeah, the channel, the thing you guys are watching right now. So I mentioned we're going to be doing some Sky Factory 3 on it, and I'm going to work on the Sky Exchange some until it frustrates me to the point that I can't do it anymore. And until then, we're also going to be running this series, the series that I'm recording with Pug for Factorio. So we're going to continue our Factorio series. He's having a lot of fun learning Bob's mods and Angel's mods, and I'm having a lot of fun teaching him. So it's a win-win situation, if you ask me. Oh, here we go. Last furnace column. And we, of course, still need to get power over here and then route our ores over here. I think I made maybe 30 mining drills. Like, I made a lot. 25. So, we have that going for us. We're going to need iron, copper, and coal over this way. Bam! Look at that. It's perfect. Now we just need some power poles up in here. Thankfully, far fewer power poles than inserters and belts. I guess I did those a little different than the last set, but no big deal. They're all connecting, they're powering everything, or will be when they're connected to the grid. It'll be interesting to see how much power we're using once all of this stuff here kicks on. I have a feeling that our 10 steam boilers aren't going to be enough. Yeah, whatever, that works. Yeah, but I want them all even. Just being fussy. It's not really necessary. And let's just run this out this way. And then we'll come up a little bit. I never get the spacing just right. Alright, so we need our coal line here, which is going to come out to about here and be the top belt on every furnace column. And we're going to do a really easy way to split these. We're just going to put a splitter at the end of each of these. And we'll run a belt straight down. And we'll come up. Okay, these guys aren't doing anything anymore, so let's get them out of the way. Thank you for all of your hard work, but you are now not required. And we'll run our coal down to this one. And we'll just take this belt over. So that'll be our iron. This will be our copper. This will be our other iron. This will be our steel, so we won't need to go underneath. And just to future-proof this for our stone, we will go underneath. So now we just need to get the resources on the belt and heading where they need to go. Oh, and I need to take a drink of my coffee. Delicious. Even though it is 10 p.m. where I'm at currently, I don't care. I'm one of them guys, I can drink coffee all day long. And I usually do. So we have a lot of miners. I want to get 8 of them going on here, and it's gonna be a lot, and I actually can't get 8 of them going on here, but 6 is also plenty good enough. We're gonna do a split like this, just to make sure that our belts stay balanced and the ore can keep moving, since we've only got 2 on one side and we've got 4 on the other. So there we go. We've got coal going down our line. I think I changed my mind. I think we're going to do this as copper. So then I can run iron to the next 2 and have iron and steel. And we're going to run this horizontally here. See, this is the highest point. And let's get a few more of these crafting up while we run our copper here. This is way more copper than we're going to need for a long time, but it's better to have and not need than need and not have. To quote everybody's grandmother, probably. Maybe great-grandmother. I'm old, so no idea how old my viewers are. And I think we're at the point that we can just kill off all these burner miners. They were nice to have, but they're now unneeded. I feel like I can get better coverage if we run north and south here. And I just want to make sure we don't overlap the copper. I don't want to deal with copper on this line. If you look over there on the right hand in the tooltip, it shows you what we have. And we're going to run it up to the north. And for now, we'll just run it through the copper and then over top of the iron deposit. Oh, too close. And if we take a splitter here, put it like that, and then we can just run the rest of it down to here, and we're just going to have steel right away. I think that sounds like a great idea. So the output belts on this one will actually get cut right there and routed this way. Since these outputs won't actually be going anywhere. And I'd like it to be like this. I find running things backwards is really the best way to go about it. And we're going to do one of them guys again there just to make sure we don't get backed up until we are ready to get backed up. And there we go. These guys will get coal. And iron ore, and then they'll turn them into iron plates, and then, yeah, awesome. That is incorrect, sir. You should be taking this output belt away. So we just need to get some power over here, which should be very simple. We'll figure out our power lines down here. And connect them up like that. Look at this. It's beautiful, isn't it? Let's pick a merge point. And this way, if we find it necessary as we tech up, we can run 2 output belts out of this, which would be awesome. Oops. Didn't mean to place a belt there. I just wanted to... Now, it seems to me that something isn't working properly because we're not... Oh, yep, see, there we go. Just misplaced belt. I was thinking I should be seeing more iron than 0. It looks like our coal's starting to back up, which is also awesome. Our steel. And last, and probably least, where our stone brick is going to be. So there we go. We're very quickly getting all of our smeltable resources put together. I think we're just going to run them together between these trees here so that I don't have to cut that forest down before we progress. But this tree does have to go. We'll run them through that, and then we've got this area to start building our main bus. And what's our map looking like? That RSO radar has been going for quite a while now. Oh, it actually looks like if I carry on this way, I'm going to run into a big lake. Just see how big. Quite big, and it also doesn't look like there's going to be any way to get around it. I don't understand the way the water generator works, because I set the water to like small and low frequency, and here we have some ginormous sized lake. So yeah, I don't get it. So I guess I should make a note to myself that we need to autocraft some landfill as soon as we get it researched. Because it's going to take thousands to carve a path through this lake, especially if I want to build. And I do want to build where it's at. But it looks like we have enough clear space over here that we've got, at least a little bit to go. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the episode here. We got our resources all being put onto a set of belts that's going to make it like a bus. We will be ready to start producing red and green science en masse to get those sciences knocked out. And I believe that will be the plan for next episode. Before we wrap up, though, I want to grab the steel off of this belt. I'm going to make a wooden box. 5 steel tools. I'm just going to put the wooden box here. Oh, I have more than one wooden box. I wasn't aware of that. Those guys there. Those guys there. Goodbye, iron tools. Well, thank you very much for checking out my video. If you guys liked what you've seen, please remember to hit that like button down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel to get updates about when new content gets released. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.